will be on this game, but you know, I think as he probably steps away from this game, he would have a lot of interesting things to say about coaching against his former players. And Julio Lamas, how about that? The former Argentina coach, also the former Japan coach, in the stands watching this game. Okay, folks, we are underway. Welcome to Buenos Aires, and already out to a fast start. Venezuela winning the opening tip. Brasino passes it up, and now a three-point attempt, and it's good for Carlos Delfino. Again, rolling back the years, putting his team in front. And just as a reminder, just to go over that starting five again for Venezuela: Colmenares, Cubillan, Ruiz, Soho, and Zamora. And for Argentina, Vildoso, Nicolas, Brasino, Delfino, Delia, and Romano. And another quick basket. This one for Brasino. So a couple of the more experienced players, Delfino and Brasino, drilling threes to start things off with Argentina. Cubillan. Rebound. Venezuela. And launching it. And hitting the three-pointer is Garly Soho. Well, you know what they say, as Soho goes, so goes Venezuela. Or at least it sounds good, but maybe that's true tonight. He's had a great start. Delia. Well, the path opened up, and then it was almost as if he was kind of out of position as he went up for the layup, and he missed it. Now a quick three, and the tap, and Colmenares not able to get it to drop. So a fast and furious start, and attempting the three, and fouled while taking the three is Vildoso. Luca Vildoso, and he will go to the line. So Miguel Ruiz, a mistake. The big man. Vildoso makes the first. Well, interesting, passionate, fun-loving crowd here tonight in Buenos Aires. And the second free throw, no good for Vildoso. And he does get the third to drop. So 8-5. And what is starting out to be a rather high-scoring game. Cubillan. Amor gets it down low to Colmenares. And then reaching in, taking it away was Delia. Vildoso, one between the legs. Cubillan on him. Oh, intended for Delfino. He didn't know it, and it goes down, and the dunk on the break by Zamora. And what an atmosphere. What an atmosphere here in Buenos Aires tonight. Venezuela have brought a lot of fans. And then Colmenares steps up and commits the foul. and really remembering how tough this Venezuela team can play. Don't forget, I mean, they were pretty solid at the World Cup in 2019. They advanced from the opening round group. It's a team that has a lot of experience. And Delfino misses, kind of fading to the left, and you might almost wonder, especially with this crowd that's turned out tonight, so many Venezuelan supporters, if they might be the team to beat tonight. Hitting the jump shot is Ruiz. Romano gets it back to Delfino. That was an odd sequence where Delfino didn't go for the ball. He thought it was intended for somebody else on the pass from Bildoza, and it led to a break for Venezuela. Now D'Elia into the corner, and ball goes out of bounds. And again, Brusino. And I don't know if this is symptomatic of the fact that these guys haven't been together practicing that much for this game. It's just kind of the nature of the windows. You don't get as much time as you do during a training camp. And Aguirre checks into the game, and Bildoza comes out and is going to hear some words from Che Garcia. No, he's not. He's just going to let him sit down. And now the reach and the steal by Delfino. And then he is fouled by Zamora. And I'll tell you what, folks, this is a beautiful thing, seeing Delfino out here. I mean, you're talking about a guy that a lot of people thought his career was over. And it truly is kind of like a resurrection of sorts. I mean, this isn't the first time that he's come back, but here he is still at 39, and you know, he's done well for himself professionally over the years. It's his love for the game of basketball and his passion to play for Argentina that draws him back, and here he is, very influential, missing the first free throw, but obviously in his heyday he was easily elite. Remember in the 2010 FIBA Basketball World Cup in Argentina, one of the best players in that tournament, hands down. And also had that long stretch in the NBA where he was really, really good. So Kubian pulls up and gets it to drop. That was a two. And there's another look again at Kubian's jump shot. And then Delfino charges. Excuse me, he was fouled by Zamora. And Duro just has a little ironic chuckle over there, suggesting he wasn't too enamored with that call. Felt like his player had some good position there. Chorio's checked into the game. Zamora goes out. Aguirre, number 77. And Delfino again. And great hustle down low by, I think it was Romano, to save it in bounds, and it leads to a basket for Delfino. Well, getting down low and scoring, Nestor Colmenares. Catch your breath, folks. It has been a very fast start to the game here. Kubian over to Colmenares. And nobody gets the rebound, and Venezuela taking the lead here. Looks up at the crowd. They've got a 15-11 advantage. Delfino. Ball knocked out of his hands and a shot clock violation. And in some respects, it seems like Argentina may be relying a little bit too much on Delfino. He's going to come out of the game. He gave him a good enough start. Nicolas Porcino also comes out. Michael Carrera also in the game, number 24 for Venezuela now. Keep an eye on him. He is tough as nails. He's got it down low. He puts it up. And how about that for an introduction? Marcos Mata trying to defend down low. He's in the game. So Mata picks up the foul. Also, Carlos Shatman is in, number 20. And Carrera converts the opportunity. And Venezuela now up several points. Aguirre goes behind his back. Shatman. And fouled by Wendy Graterol, who one of those players that logged so many minutes under Garcia when he was at the helm of this national team. So Shatman, with Venezuela leading 18-11, gets to the line and makes the first. Well, I remember listening to Duro speak at the World Cup, talking about how that was such a great experience for Venezuela, and he was optimistic that the program was moving in the right direction, and certainly the way they've started these Americas qualifiers, winning their first 2 games and coming out here and having a strong start tonight. Venezuela got into the lane way too early on that free throw attempt, and Shatman was not even close with that attempt. What is it about free throws? Nobody's guarding you, but almost makes it a little bit harder. And Aguirre called for the foul on Haisler Giant. At times spectacular point guard of Venezuela. He's got the ball. Bounce pass. Graterol. A shaky start for Argentina again. Trailing by 8 points. Aguirre to Romano. Romano turns at the stripe. Offensive rebound, Mata. And he is fouled. So Romano goes out. And Agustin Barrero checks into the game for Argentina. And Mata sinks his first attempt. These two teams also have a game tomorrow. Argentina taking on Panama. Venezuela will be going up against Paraguay. But this is the game they've had circled on their calendar for quite some time. Casino comes back into the game. These players know each other very well, and I'm sure off the court, very friendly with each other, but right now they are getting after each other. And the dump down low, Wendy Gratterall denied, but Venezuela crashing the boards. So free throws coming for Soho. D'Elia goes out. And coming in is Gaisi. Gaisi. So Soho misses his first attempt. Misses both, and Brasino now has it. Brings it up for Argentina, and traveling the call on Barreto. '23-year-old Barreto, one of the younger members of this Argentina squad. Again, back to Gratterall, not interested in the three, but this man is. He puts it up and he drills it. Well, that'll bring back some memories for Che Garcia. Go back to that game against Canada. Remember the semifinals in 2015 in the AmeriCup? Hitting those incredible long-range threes. He really has no range, Guillen. He can stroke it from anywhere. He is hitting those threes, getting off the bus. Here's Aguirre. He gets swatted, and Carrera saves it inbounds. What great hustle by Venezuela. They just want it a little bit more right now than Argentina. Carrera hands it off. And from the baseline, it's good for Chorio. And Nestor Che Garcia has seen enough. He needs to talk things over. That is vintage Guillen, and then Aguirre has the ball swatted by Wendy Gratterall, and then Chorio gets the baseline. And you see his assistant, Leo Gutierrez, the former Argentina international, helping him now.
Entonces, vengo y hago slip o black, ¿ah? Donde veo un mismatch, que cambia un chiquito con un 4, un poco rápido el mismatch. Vamos a mover, vamos.
Well, part of the problem for Argentina has been turning the ball over, because Venezuela have been capitalizing, going down and scoring some points. They've got 8 of their 25 points off of the 4 Argentina turnovers. So those turnovers have been costly. So Venezuela just getting good looks, 12 points in the paint, and also getting a lot of help from the bench, 10 points coming from those reserves. And another turnover. I know a foul has been called on Soho. And Venezuela's players protesting. So the foul is Soho running into the screen. That's the call. So Brusino, a little bit of a break really for Argentina. And the sharpshooter is kind of symbolic of how it's going for this team tonight so far, missing. And the Venezuelan fans letting the referees know what they felt about that call. And that's a 10-point game. Carrera turns, and boy, he wasn't going to be stopped by Barrero there, was he? A lot more experience. And what a test this is going to be for Argentina. Brusino, good handoff, and Gaizi, great play. All three Venezuelans kind of collapsed on Brusino. And maybe Argentina's can apply some pressure here and change things around. Final seconds ticking off the clock. Are they going to take it early? Nope. Carrera passes it out, and now they have it to the guy who I'm guessing is going to launch it. Guillant. Looks like he got hit in the eye. Now, strange finish here is Guillant just stopped playing with Gaizi. Oh boy, he did poke him right in the eye with his right hand right there, and Guillant just couldn't go, so he stopped playing. So just 0.2 seconds left means effectively Venezuela, to get anything from this, they're going to have to throw it up. Nope, not enough time. So kind of a weird finish to the quarter, but it was Guillant just took the finger to the eye, and it bothered him so much that he couldn't get a shot off. But nevertheless, Venezuela lead at 27-17 over Argentina in Buenos Aires. Well, look away if you're an Argentina fan, because it is not good. Venezuela 10 of 13 inside the arc. Well, the way it started, the passing game looked pretty decent. Delfino was involved. Brusino was involved. The three-pointers, but Venezuela just kind of took control. Started hitting some shots, started getting some turnovers, some easy buckets, and the next thing you know, they are building a nice little lead here, 10 points in the first quarter. Well, scan that QR code into your smartphone, folks, and you'll get live stats and more. It'll take us straight to the America's qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup website through FIBA.basketball. And another turnover. Chorrillo goes down, lays it up and in. Boy, the Argentinians are just out of sync. Mata hands it off. Vildoza. Mata spins onto the baseline. Beautiful bounce pass. And 2 free throws awarded. Well, I mean, it was a bounce pass, so that was okay, but maybe just a little bit to the left. And just good defense. Gaizi goes to the line after the foul. His 2nd personal. So gets the first one to drop. And the second one is good as well. And Chorrillo steps out of bounds. Salduro thought he was pushed out of bounds. Vildoza. Shaking and baking. Takes it back out. And makes the pass. And long 3-pointer. And Vildoza picks it up at the line. So Argentina fans perhaps a little hopeful the way things have started. 3-pointer from Carrera. Ball goes out of bounds, so a chance to cut into that deficit. And quickly down the other end, Vildoza scores. Kubian has it now, and Venezuela's lead just eroding down to 6. 3-point look, and Graterol, or excuse me, Mataran not able to pick it up. He was diving on the floor for the loose ball. It's Carrera, Chorrillo, Kubian, Graterol, and Mataran for Venezuela. Now Brusino and Carrera with the help. And they called the foul. See if we can spot the foul here. Oh, got to be honest, I didn't see that at all. No, they called the foul on Mataran, not on Carrera. Very light hand check, I'm guessing. Oh, Venezuela, Soho with the rebound. Kubian. Colmenares back to the basket and going right at Delfino. Kubian again. Soho shot clock about to expire. He has to launch it, and the ball falls right to Colmenares, who had great position, but even so, it couldn't have fallen any better to him. And now reaching around, and Delfino almost had his pockets picked by Soho. I'm not sure. Watch this. The shot goes up and just glances off the rim and falls straight to Colmenares. And now they've called another foul on Venezuela. I don't know what Garcia is arguing about, but they just called a foul on Chorio. Some real small fouls. I don't know how you describe them. Trying to find them. Here we go. Mata drifts into the paint and misses. Soho rebounds it, gets it over. Now Kubian. And he is pushed. So Venezuela I think Duro's kind of shaking his head at the complaints of Garcia, who's complaining about some of the physicality at the other end. Seemed to me that he was shouldn't be complaining too much. There were a couple of calls that went their way, and now the follow, the throwdown by Colmenares. So Nestor Colmenares crashing the boards, and for the second time in the last minute, scoring with the putback. Delfino. And Venezuela up 10. And looking formidable right now. But the pass intercepted. Bildoza immediately into the break, pulls up for three. Short, follows up the miss. And now Bildoza hands it off. And Mata wasn't. Look at the follow from Colmenares. Then he hung onto the rim for good effect. I'm just glad he didn't break the backboard. I think he might want to let that thing go. We don't need a delay of any type. Colmenares again. Goes up, banks it in. They've got the wind in their sails, folks. Venezuela. And touch pass outside, and missing was Federico Aguirre. David Kubian. Shot clock about to expire. Ruiz. And how about Venezuela? The lead goes to 14. And Che Garcia has to call another timeout. You saw Colmenares look up at the Venezuela fans. One-way traffic right now. The Vino Tinto in command.
Puedes ingresar en FIBA.basketball, repasar todas las novedades del mundo FIBA, detalles, estadísticas, fotos, videos, todo lo encontrás ahí. FIBA.basketball.
Estamos en el hombre a hombre, tranquilo. Estamos tranquilos, estamos muy pegados, muy arriba. Lo espero en la línea de 3 puntos, ¿estamos? Pues si no nos queda el hueco en el medio y ahí juega. Le cierra un poco más. Con los tiradores la mano arriba. Ahora. pasa? Vamos, vamos.
Well, Argentina having all sorts of problems against Venezuela. They're not keeping them off the offensive glass, and Venezuela also hitting some jump shots, forcing some turnovers, and all adds up to a 14-point lead here with midway through the second quarter. And Brasino open, so just takes it and makes it. Well, there's no question he could shoot this team right back into it. Brasino probably has the green light. Kubian puts it up. David Kubian keeps the scoreboard ticking over. And Ruiz steps in and commits the foul on D'Elia. So D'Elia. One of the more experienced players in this Argentina team, D'Elia. And misses both. And Venezuela crashing the boards. Guerre not able to bring it in. And Carrera now checking back in. See that Venezuela really thrive on the support they get from their fans. So those are chasing. Kubian for three. D'Elia looked to get the quick outlet pass, but there wasn't one there, so he has to hand it off. And Delfino almost turning it over. And Baldoza has it knocked out of his hands as he gets into the paint. No, that was a good hand, good reach by Soho. Delfino gets it, and the shot was up, but not fast enough by Aguirre. Didn't have much time. So here comes Venezuela again. I mean, the question is, how much will they be leading by at halftime? It seems like they are pretty comfortable right now. And offensive foul called on Soho, pushing off on Brasino. We haven't seen Juan Brasino yet. Nicholas' older brother, the 30-year-old. Baldoza whips it over to the wing. Now the entry pass. And good finish from D'Elia. Three-point shot, Kubian! We haven't seen him play this well for Venezuela before. He has been solid tonight. Brusino, and well, why not? I mean, it's the only thing working right now for Argentina. 10 points for Nicolas Brusino. Carrera. And, oh, they call it flop, a technical. So watch again. This is Kubian's 3. And Carrera does not take advantage. So Romano had the technical for flopping. Aguirre back in the game for Bildoza. Carrera puts it up, and strong rebound to Leah, who's now 29 years of age. Had been playing in Spain, now in Italy. Aguirre. Brusino, nice play, the dunk for D'Elia, who's come to life and won. He had 2 men going after him, and he didn't care. He's like, you ain't stopping this. Flush. Give me all you got. With Soho and Carrera. So much pressure on him over the years as the golden generation got older. Who was going to fill their boots? Who was going to come up? And D'Elia was always there, not getting the minutes when the Scolas and all of those veterans were around and they had their long careers. But now he has to step up and play big. There's no doubt about it. He has the qualities. That was a big play. Carrera for 3. And as bad as it was looking for Argentina, they're only down by 8 points now. Aguirre. He steps back. Zamora over to Carrera. Carrera, oh boy, money in the bank, isn't he? He's been great off the bench tonight. 7 points. Delfino. All of a sudden, Argentina, they ran some good offense, and Carrera is in a little bit of pain. Referee tells him to play on. He doesn't believe him. And Brusino. Boy, that was an early shot from long range and with a lot of time on the shot clock. What was he thinking? Look at him. He knows it. And Argentina had a foul to give, so Venezuela will have 5.3 seconds left. Brusino has been around long enough to know he can't just chuck up a 3 a few steps inside half court with that much time on the clock. He really needs to run the clock down. Timeout Venezuela as they try to get a play, try to get a basket here at the end of the first half.
Saca el 5. Saca Néstor. Néstor. Michael pasa, pica acá el 1. ¿Está claro? 3 saca uno al mismo tiempo. Y acá, en el momento, Néstor acá un bloqueo a Jordan para que Michael le pase a Jordan. Completo. No, acá no. 10.
Well, this was the moment where Argentina looked like they were going to start turning the game around. But after that, a couple of quick shots. Aguirre from the top of the key. I think Delfino, Brusino. And boy, they got a great look, didn't they? Zamora. And Argentina, well, you almost have to say they deserved that for the way they failed to execute at the end of the first half. Good timeout in the end by Venezuela to get that play, and Fernando Doro and his Venezuelans walk off the floor to the cheers. They lead it 46-34 over Argentina. So it's not so much the three-pointers, it's the activity for Venezuela. Look at that. I mean, 3 times as many shots inside the arc. 19 rebounds, so 6 more than Argentina. And Colmenares leading the way with 12 points. He had that run there. Brusino has the top scorer for Argentina. Here's a look back at the early action, and Argentina looked pretty good the way they were spreading the ball around. And the shots were falling, and everything looked honky-dory right at the start of the game. But then Venezuela just kept doing what they like to do and started making some shots as well. Soho, they got some turnovers, turned those into points. And Argentina were hanging around, but gradually Venezuela started to pull away. Ian hitting that shot. Carrera just very active, scoring with that bucket. Carrera, meanwhile, 7 points, a couple of rebounds. Seems like he's got more than that. More rebounds anyway. Bildoza has been a Jekyll and Hyde type point guard tonight. Seen some good and some bad. He hit that shot. And he was able to get out and score on that. That was the big putback from Nestor Colmenares. That was when really they were in the flow. Ruiz also hitting the jump shot. I think the Argentina would settle for that every time if they could get Brusino open looks. They'll live with his misses because he'll make a lot. Kubian, meanwhile, has been excellent. 7 points, 1 assist. And that was Kubian's three-pointer. Another 3 for Brusino. And this is where they were at their best, really. You know, you would have thought getting that shot, they would have looked for good shot, even better shots, but then they started chucking up threes. But anyway, at halftime, Venezuela on top, 46-34 over Argentina.
Who will you become when the moment arrives and you're carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands? It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
Shakes and takes out. Oh my heavens! Wow, you gotta love this guy. Well, the connection, the alley-oop.
An opportunity to draw something up. Domino resolves. Is he going to get it? No. Soho uses athleticism again. Well, he kind of got caught in the air, flipped it up, it's still good. Only Soho beats his man, takes off.
It's 4 straight misses on the outside for the Dominican Republic. Virgin Islands in transition, trying to make the most of it, but Victor leads with a captain's contribution on defense.
Eventually falls into the hands of Calfani. Now to Rodriguez, there's the loop. Oh, rejected by Angola.
Argentina attacking on the interior. Agustin Barreiro.
It's a nice cut, but poor hands, 2-on-1 break. They go upstairs for the finish. Victor knows how to score. Absolutely knows how to score. Got some hops. And a lot of love from his teammates.
And 9 seconds difference now between the game clock and the shot clock. It's IT time. Isaiah Thomas now pulls up, big 3. Isaiah Thomas, good night, Chihuahua, Mexico. That is all she will write tonight. It is the Isaiah Thomas show.
Benite again, good defense by Chile this time. Caboclo. Oh! That's crushing dunk by Bruno Caboclo.
Way to another now. Jorginho kicks it. Caboclo puts it on the floor, loses it. Caboclo, the spin, the finish, the putback is good. Well, where did Jorginho come from? Caboclo spinning, couldn't get it to go. Jorginho acting as a post.
Well, now Mexico here have 4 seconds left. What can they get? Mendes has the ball in his hands. Mendes now one-legged. Buenas noches, Mexico. Me llamo Mendes. Well, that is unbelievable. I gotta see the replay of that one. One-legged. Well, that is a big buzzer beater.
So we saw the top scorer for Venezuela. Now it's Brasino for Argentina, 3 of 4 from deep. He's got 10 points, but it hasn't been enough for Argentina, who are trailing by 12 points at halftime. Of course, Nestor Colmenares just part of the problem for Venezuela. It's just a very important halftime team talk for Argentina. Make no mistake about it, they need to reorganize. Of the Americas qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. 7 teams will qualify for the FIBA Basketball World Cup from the Americas. Both of these teams were in China in 2019. Of course, the World Cup will be staged in Indonesia, in Japan, and in Philippines. And Argentina, you know, I guess, you know, lots of questions about where they are as a national team program. You know, those questions have been asked really for, you know, going back several years as Luis Scola extended his career and just continued to play, and he only just retired at, you know, after the Tokyo Olympics, after Argentina got to the quarterfinals, and a moment that no one will ever forget. One of the great moments of international basketball is when he was substituted out of the game late in the contest. I can only assume that Sergio Hernandez did it to get him some recognition, and as he came out, he heard the applause. Everybody stood up and applauded,
Fuerte el aplauso una vez más por este reconocimiento. Muchas gracias a nuestros veteranos de la guerra de Malvinas.
So Nestor Che Garcia has got his work cut out as he tries to turn this thing around against Venezuela, the team he used to coach. Of course, he's also coached some other teams, Dominican Republic. In fact, he was in charge of at the World Cup in China. So second half action underway here in Buenos Aires. Venezuela have been really good, and they come right out and pick up where they left off. Garly Soho drilling the three. Delfino. And good D from Venezuela. Soho, will it be two in a row? And that basketball went off the top of the backboard and fell to Romano. And Delfino takes a very difficult shot, hoping to get a foul called. It wasn't called. And now Venezuela on the attack again. Soho goes right at Delfino, almost turns it over. Nestor Colmenares has it knocked away by D'Elia. D'Elia again gets the hand on it, and here is Brusino in the open floor being slowed up by Kubian. And Kubian taking exception. Watch this. Kubian taking exception to the flop, what he deems a flop. So they call the foul on Kubian. I have to say, Brusino definitely a player that will do what he can. A little bit of gamesmanship from time to time. Here it is, the pass to D'Elia. Romano. Brusino gets it, goes back up and scores. Zamora for three. Bildoza now looks for Brusino and doesn't Go for the three, tries to pass it, has it knocked away. Zamora leads to the break. Kubian. And a foul as Argentina pushed Soho out of bounds. Kubian for three. And boy, Ruiz with a big time rebound for Argentina. Doesn't bode well. Zamora. And this time Soho guilty of the foul. So Soho's going to take a seat, has some good energy, and now it's going to be Chorio. Bildoza breaks it down, and this time the ball goes off the hands of Romero. So a couple of turnovers is, I think, Argentina feeling like they need to play a little bit faster, try to beat Venezuela down the court. But Venezuela have had some good quick hands. And Guillet comes back in for the first time since that sequence where he got the finger in the eye. So Brasino guarding Guillet. Argentina down 13. Need to dig in defensively here. Guillet, as the shot clock winds down, puts up a quick shot. And boy, they escape Argentina that time because Colmenares had an easy putback. And he just missed it. Entry pass, batted out. Look at Colmenares diving for the loose ball, showing how badly he wants this. Six seconds on the shot clock. Well, he is a competitor. And this time a hold called on Zamora, as Romano was posting up, trying to get an easy look. Yeah, he held him, in fact. He pulled his left arm. Three from Bildoza doesn't drop. And Ruiz rebounds. The offense has just not been there tonight for this Argentina team. They still got time. And Brasino this time called for the foul, the push on Colmenares. So Mataran back into the game, replaces Zamora. Chorio gets it to Guillet. Guillet a long way out. And I mean, the opportunity is there for Argentina if they can score, and there they get it down low to D'Elia. Chorio outside, Mataran, good. How's that for an answer? Bildoza gets it to D'Elia and fouled by Mataran. That was the previous trip down. The only problem was that Argentina then gave up the 3 at the other end to Mataran. This one right here, wide open. Delfino battling, getting in. They're going to give him the 3-point play opportunity. So Mataran was called for the foul. 3 fouls on him, and Delfino has 8 points. Does not make the free throw. Mataran again, not this time. See if they try to find D'Elia again. Bildoza drives in and ruling is that the ball went out of bounds off of Venezuela. Brasino for 3, short. Romano chases the basketball, gets it, and he tried to get it to Brasino. Looked like Romano was down on the ground and he stood up then with the basketball. Usually that's a travel. Right here, I'm surprised they didn't call the travel. And that was good hands by Hesler Giant. Yeah, you can see the Venezuelan fans, or somebody over there on the bench, in fact, calling for a travel. So 4.8 seconds, so Argentina catch a break. Inbounds to D'Elia, and they get 2 points. Well, important sequence for Argentina as they cut it back to 10 points now, the deficit. Bounce pass, Colmenares gets swatted. Bildoza avoids the foul and then turns it over to Giant, who knew the pass was going back out to the perimeter. Quickly, Chorrillo for 3. What a big turnaround. Look at the Vino Tinto. And that was Chorrillo in the corner waiting. D'Elia, quick pass, Brasino. Trying to get some better looks down low. Argentina. Well, it's just the turnovers have been killers for Argentina. Absolute killers. That last one especially. Venezuela 15 points off of the Argentina turnovers. And pretty much that's the difference in the game. They lead by 13. So Brasino, who is slightly to the right off center, and it's just really difficult to understand how such a an outstanding shooter struggles at the free throw line. Just a different situation, not really in the flow. He has time to think about it, and he does get the second one to go. Brasino 1 of 3 at the free throw line. Now 2 of 4 actually after that last make. So he's got a couple misses tonight. Argentina 11 of 19 at the line. That hurts. Venezuela not getting that many opportunities, just 1 of 4. Guillen flies in and banks it in. Argentina fell asleep on defense. Aguirre been pretty quiet tonight in his minutes. He's got it. Shot clock winding down. And the ball goes up. Chapman and Romano rebounds it. Aguirre thought about it. Romano for 3. Now Carrera pulls his way down low. Carrera might have gotten away with an offensive foul there. So Venezuela in command right now, 57-43. Argentina trying to find something different that can help them get back in the game. Again, they had a little momentum there. Vildoza had the key turnover, trying to pass it out to Romano. And then Guillen went to the other end and found Choreo in the left corner, who scored.
Faltan 2:34. Estamos a 14. En 2:34 nos tenemos que poner a 8. Hay que bajar 6 puntos, no es nada. Vamos.
Primero la defensa.
Vamos atrás, vale.
A great shot of Colmenares diving out of bounds for the ball. That's what it takes to win games like this. And now Graterol kind of throws an elbow at Brasino. I think that was a good call, actually. There's Brasino guarded by Guillen. Shot clock winding down. D'Elia catches it and then loses it. Guillen in the open floor, goes behind his back. Great save by Graterol. And look at that. Boy, that was a long 3. Mata over to Aguirre, inside to Mata, who spins and turns and goes up and scores, and he's fouled. It was that quick spin, first of all, and then he was able to get his shot off quickly as well. Watch this. Scoring with that reverse layup. Well, you never know. Somebody like Mata could step up and make a lot of plays for this team. He's been around. He's a veteran. Does not make the free throw, and Argentina having a nightmare at the free throw line. And good defense, Aguirre coming up with the steal, and then the pass, and the open 3 passed up. It's going to be Brasino. Rims out, falls to Aguirre again. And Chapman has it now. Chapman isn't shy. Makes it rain a little bit. And back to a 9-point deficit. Can Argentina string together a couple of stops here and make a few baskets to make this interesting? Carrera. So Chapman fouls Carrera. And first look at Martinez coming into the game. Jose Edgar Martinez. And Carrera makes the first. Nine points for Carrera. And Venezuela making more of their free throws with less attempts. Martinez picks up the foul. And Chapman goes to the line. And again, with 37.1 seconds remaining in the quarter, Argentina should get the ball back. So these are big free throws here. Four-year-old Chapman only makes one of two. And the missed free throws continue to be a problem for Argentina. 12 of 22. Look at that. If they'd made all the free throws, they'd be tied right now. 55% isn't going to get it done. Carrera, who just made a couple of free throws himself. And he is fouled. With Garcia flirting with a technical over there, the way he's complaining. He wanted to travel. And they have indeed called a technical. You just can't remonstrate. You can't show up the referee like that. He knows it. So Kubian will take the technical free throw. And now Carrera. Carrera, who is fouled on the play, goes to the line for two free throws. He was fouled by Brasino. And Carrera makes 4 consecutive free throws to take it up to a 12-point lead. Shot clock expiring, game clock rather, and Chapman puts up an air ball. And Venezuela, I don't think there's any time left. So far so good for visiting Venezuela. They still lead it double digits, 61-49 over Argentina, 10 minutes remaining. Those free throws are a real problem for Argentina. 12 of 22. Here's a look back at some of the third quarter shots, and starting things off, Soho with the three-pointer. And another dunk for D'Elia. Argentina seems to get away from that potential strength of feeding D'Elia. And Delfino did have a big moment with that drive, but then he missed the free throw. That was the bad turnover right there, where they had a little run going, and Beldoza could have actually maybe even shot it. He turned it over, and Chorrio hit the three-pointer for Venezuela. And that was a great finish. Great spin and finish by Mata. Chapman has given a little bit of a lift. But again, folks, want to know how many free throws these teams have made or missed, or three-pointers? Well, scan that QR code into your smartphone, and it'll take you straight to the website. The stats lets you know what's happening in this game. It's your window to everything in the Americas qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023. The final quarter underway. Argentina, are they going to mount a rally here or not? Aguirre with his bounce pass, but foul was called. And this time another foul called on Venezuela, and on Chorrio rather. But again, the way Argentina shot their free throws, I don't think Venezuela will be too disappointed if they get into the bonus, if they get over the limit early. Here's the entry pass, good reach and denial by Ruiz. Chorrio just inside the arc. Good job, Romano. Mata. Venezuela have not put this thing away, and Mata is able to score. And I think he was inviting the contact there to go down. And you can see, seems like Argentina trying to change this game. Watch this. Well, I'm not sure Mata needed to fall over, and I'm not sure that Aguirre needed to brush Carrera away. Clearly trying to get under their skin a little bit and to get their crowd into it. Cubian out to Carrera. And this time Ruiz called for the foul, boxing out on Brasino. Aguirre has it, shot clock winding down. Romano just grazes the net. Venezuela, can they put this thing on ice? They're up by 10. And Colmenares goes up and scores with the left hand. He's got 14. He had 12 at halftime. Good defense from behind. Soho, and the ball will stay at this end. Romano diving on the floor, and Venezuela a little unlucky not to come up with that basketball. So Bildoza comes in for the stretch run here as Chapman goes out. Leo Gutierrez, he was a good shooter. They'd like to have him out there now, but he's probably over there saying, you know, when I played, we wouldn't have a problem putting the ball in the basket. But that was back in the days of Nocioni, Ginobili, Scola, Oberto. They were so good that, as good as Gutierrez was, sometimes he didn't even get into the game. Brasino hasn't knocked away, and Soho's playing some good D out there. And Brasino somehow gets it back. Look at him. Great effort by Brasino. Banks it in. Boy, that was an amazing effort by Nicolas Brasino. $15 points. So to Carrera to the corner, comes in mid-range. That's his spot. Misses though, and Bildoza now open floor. What will he do? His bounce pass again intercepted. Carrera knew the pass was coming. Chorio, and Brasino has it. I think Bildoza just is going to have to take it all the way next time, because they know he's a pass-first point guard. Here is Aguirre driving and doing a good job of absorbing the contact and getting to the line. He wants to dry his hands. So he'll get a couple of free throws. That'll be after the timeout taken by Venezuela.
Néstor va a ser de 4 y vos va a ser de 5 reversando. Ponés el back pick y abrís acá para reversar y metemos el back pick acá para Néstor. Quédate, ahora sí, no bloquees. Juega Néstor, no va nadie. Que ataque Néstor o pase el balón. Claro, la marca. Claro, ¿lo entendés? No? Ponés el back pick y te abrís para recibir y reversar.
So the Argentina faithful still hoping their team can come out and pull off something special here at the end. Aguirre, with 6:22 remaining, has a chance to pull his team to within 8. And he gets both of them to drop. What will Venezuela look for? They're going to take the Zamora 3, and Chapman called for the foul on the box out. Carrera difficult to keep off the boards. Romano rather, not Chapman. Shot clock winding down. Good D from Bildoza. Saves it in bounds, and not enough time on the clock. So here's Argentina's chance. They've got it to 8 points, and Brasino catching his breath. Bildoza providing some energy. It's got to be all-out defense right now for this Argentina team. And Aguirre finds Romano open, but Romano can't get it to drop tonight. Colmenares again. Soho, that looks a good-looking shot, and he was fouled while attempting the 3. Wow. Well, Romano just hasn't hit his shots. He's 0 for 6 tonight, and that leads to this opportunity, and it looks like that was a 3 attempt, and Delfino just barged into him. Soho misses, however. Soho is just 22 years of age, plays for Capitanes. It's got good size, 1.95 meters in height, 6 feet 5 inches. Makes the second. I'm guessing that Brasino is going to come back in just a minute. He can't sit too long. They just don't have enough options without him. Romano bounce pass to Deli as they break the press. Bildoza. This time goes up and takes the foul from Colmenares, the bump. Bildoza was trying to get a potential 3-point play. He will have 2 free throws. It has been, the old saying, I went to a basketball game and a horror show broke out. That's what this is. It has been a nightmare at the free throw line for Argentina. What has gotten into them? I mean, it's not, missed free throws isn't why they're, overall why they're losing this game, but it is a big factor when you look at the fact that they're 14 of 26. Herrera has it knocked out of his hands, gets it back, passes to Colmenares, and the lead is 12 with 4.5 minutes remaining. Bildoza. Soho guarded out on the perimeter, and the clock's becoming the enemy of Argentina as well. 4 minutes remaining. Kubian with a little runner. Offensive rebound, Zamora. But that doesn't count because Kubian's shot did not hit the rim.
Recordá también que nos podéis encontrar en todas las redes sociales como @CABOficial, las redes oficiales de la Confederación Argentina.
So timeout Argentina.
Ya sabes.
Time for a little bit of Che Garcia magic.
Más a la conversación.
Blind. Lucas jugó acá. Carlito. Blind, a ver si entra. Salgo para afuera y después empiezo a jugar. Nos ponemos 10 que agarrar este rebote. Falta mucho. 4 minutos, una fortuna. Lo que pasa es que cada vez que nos tenemos que poner a 6, a 7 ahí, ¿no? Tenemos que jugar una buena jugada. Seguimos luchando, dale.
Well, you don't want to read lips to see what Brasino was saying. This is not a game that will keep Argentina from going to the World Cup, but it certainly does raise the specter that maybe a qualification will not be quite as straightforward for this team as it usually is. But they are going to struggle to get there. And Aguirre had the shot. I think he's probably thinking he probably should have taken it. He gave it to D'Elia. Four fouls on Soho, and it puts the pressure now on D'Elia to go to the line to make the free throws. D'Elia just 1 of 3. Now 1 of 4. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I really haven't. And Aguirre sneaks in there, takes the ball away, then he ties up. Colmenares helps him up. I mean, 14 of 28 for Argentina at the line. Argentina right now are ranked 7th in the FIBA World Rankings presented by Nike. But the 7th team in the world shouldn't be shooting 50% from the free throw line. Certainly not with this many attempts. Zamora turns, and Delfino rebounds. And putting it up and scoring, getting it back to a 10-point game. Delfino also wanted the foul called there. 2:54 remaining. Well, last chance saloon for Argentina. They need stops. And then they need some as easy points as they can get. Soho. And Soho just is not going to allow it, is he? Another 3 for the impressive young man, the 22-year-old. He's got 11 points. Aguirre. Carrera rebounds. Brasino fouls from behind. And Argentina just don't have the answers. So Venezuela's fans celebrating what is most assuredly going to be a victory for them unless we see something dramatic happen here at the end that goes against the run of play. Soho again. Nope, not this time. And Delfino carries As he gets past the defense. Well, it's going to be back to the drawing board for Argentina. I mean, I think fortunately for them, they'll have probably a easier time getting a win tomorrow, although that won't be a sure thing as they go up against a Panama team that'll be coming off a win today. Argentina beat Paraguay in their first 2 games, and Panama probably will not be pushovers.
Vamos a defender a morir, a bajar la diferencia esta. Quedan 2 minutos. Boxao acá. No suelto a Sojo. No suelto a Sojo que viene con la mano bien. No al rebote. Allá juega izquierda o derecha. ¿Estamos? Dale, ojo de 4, ojo de 5. Vamos.
So Panama won over Paraguay today, getting 16 points from Edgar Riveros, 13 from Jorge Dario Martinez Rojas, 10 from Gabriel Peralta, and 7 from Fernando Doce. Jorge Seguera also added 6 points, and Ramon Sanchez 4. Argentina did win their first 2 games again against Paraguay, so you know, advancing to the second round clearly is likely, but they're going to need some wins from that stage to advance to the World Cup. And don't forget they have to play this Venezuela team again. And on this evidence, Venezuela will win that one. And Colmenares earns a trip to the free throw line. Well, the game's in Buenos Aires, but it might as well be in Caracas, the way this crowd is celebrating tonight. It's the Venezuelans that have come to the game that are making all the noise. You see the big Venezuelan flag draped there over the railing behind the basket. And this will be a victory for Venezuelan basketball to savor. Make no mistake about it. Tough shot. And again, the rebound. So Argentina about to fall for the first time in the Americas qualifiers to a Venezuela team that has just been better today. And even when you consider the fact that Argentina haven't made free throws, they just haven't been as good as this Venezuela team. I think they've out-hustled them, played with a little bit more intensity, more focus. Maybe they just seem to be on the same page, whereas Argentina, especially early on, were not when they turned it over quite a bit. Zamora keeps it alive for Venezuela. And they stay after it. And look at that, the ball falls to Colmenares and he missed the dunk. And Brasino is going to go down and will go to the free throw line with 1.9 seconds remaining. So Colmenares telling the referee, look at that, where I got hit on the arm. And it must have been before he took off, because he just looked like he just missed the dunk. So Brasino, last time we saw him here, he missed a couple of free throws. And it's been a tough night for everybody, for Argentina. And perhaps fitting that he finishes with a missed free throw, because it was a nightmarish night at the line for him, for everybody, for Argentina. Venezuela win it 71-58 over Argentina to stay unbeaten in the Americas qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. So Fernando Duro looks up at the Venezuela fans and says, thank you. Well, you can never have enough wins in the qualifiers, because even in the first round, because, you know, those will carry over into the second round. So the more wins that you get, obviously, the sooner you qualify for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. And Venezuela now with 3 wins and getting ready to go up against Paraguay, a team they will be expected to beat. So they are in a very good way right now. There's Carrera. Who's he going to throw his jersey to? Some of the fans that came out to support the team tonight. Nice. Look at those numbers. 15 of 30 at the line for Argentina. Still can't get over that. Venezuela, in fact, only shot 57%, but it was a more glaring weakness for Argentina, who are out-rebounded, out-assisted, out-stealed. And Colmenares, 5 of his 17 points coming in the second half to lead the way. Looking back at the best plays for the second half, and Soho started things off hitting the three-pointer, and we saw some flashes from Argentina, but just not enough. Again, just going over some of the other stats while you look at the highlights. Venezuela scoring 16 points off of the 14 Argentina turnovers, and again getting good production from their bench, 28 points. But when Argentina started playing with a sense of desperation and getting some opportunities, they threw the ball away. This was a big turnover, kind of killed their run, because Chorrillo hit the three-pointer. And not just that, when Argentina did have their chances, they just didn't make their free throws. So even after this play here, Mata made a great play and went to the line and missed the free throw. Chapman hitting one of the threes tonight for Argentina. And Mata somehow was able to score that one. And Brasino stuck with this. This is a great play by Brasino. Look at him. Goes up, misses again, and banks it in. But Carrera's tenacity and ability to find his teammate there for the easy one. Venezuela were just too good tonight. So Delfino was able to score on this drive. He was also looking for a foul. And that was the real ultimate dagger there. Soho just putting that thing away. You knew pretty much it was going to be their night for most of the second half. So as we look at the standings, Venezuela up top 3-0, Argentina 2-1, Panama, who got the win today over Paraguay, 81-59. They improved to 1-2, and they will take on Argentina tomorrow, and Paraguay down at the bottom. So Venezuela and their fans came into the Estadio Obras Sanitarias today and spoiled the party for Argentina, getting a very important win as they try to stay on the road to the FIBA Basketball World Cup, which is going to be played in Indonesia, in Japan, and the Philippines next year. They beat their old coach, Nestor Che Garcia. Great work tonight for Fernando Doro's Vino Tinto, the Venezuelans.